It's your girl, Bonita Payton. And this is Unbreakable, Unapologetic, and Unstoppable, where I say the things you keep inside and I say them out loud. Today, I'm talking directly to the entrepreneur in their first 3 years of business. Not the Instagram version, not the polished elevator pitch, but the messy, uncertain, emotional, real stuff. This one's for the ones building in silence, showing up without applause, and fighting every day to prove that they were built for this. If that's you, don't move. This message is your mirror and your motivation. So let's talk about the Instagram illusion versus reality. Let me give it to you straight. When I launched my Mary Kay business, I did what they all do. I got excited. I designed the invites, I sent the text, I dropped the link, I even made it cute. I mean, it was a virtual event. Nobody even had to leave their house. Nobody had to buy a dress or fight traffic. All they had to do was click. And guess what? Nobody showed up. Not a single friend, not a cousin, not a play auntie. Just me, my recruiter, and my director. That was it. But you know what? I didn't let that moment break me. I turned that no-show into a private training lesson. I leaned in, I sat there, and I learned from the woman who was driving her pink Cadillac and already working on herself. I didn't waste that moment. I worked it because I knew I wouldn't always be the one sitting alone in a Zoom call, hoping somebody believed in me. One day, they were going to watch me lead, and I was going to be ready. See, Instagram never show you that side. You see the launch posts, you see the fancy flyers, you see the boss babe caption. But what you don't see is the screen full of empty black boxes. You don't see the tears after you end the meeting early and sit there wondering, was it worth it? Let me tell you, yes, it is. Because your calling isn't contingent on their attendance. Your purpose doesn't wait for permission. Whether it's one person or 100, show up anyway. Train, learn, grind, build. This is what legacy looks like at the beginning. Quiet, low, and resilient. See, the blueprint doesn't always fit your reality. I was following the formula. I had the blueprint. My recruiter said, just do this. My national says, try that. My director was handing me the game all day long. And don't get me wrong, the mentorship was gold. I'm talking about a woman who hit millionaire status in Mary Kay before she even turned 30. So I listened. I applied everything they said. But here's the real. They were building outside of Atlanta, a city with over 500,000 people and close to 6 million in the metro area. Not nearly half of Atlanta's population is African American. Let me fix that. Nearly half is African American. The median home value over $395,000. College degrees everywhere, and a city built for connection, collaboration, and upward mobility. But me, I got relocated to this little town by my job called Lebanon, Ohio. A population of a whole 21,000 people. And it's 89% white and 1.9% black. And I have, and many have deep roots, strong cultural values, and they don't always lean into what I was on. I couldn't just roll up, flash a smile, and say, "Hey girl, let's do this party." That's not how it worked in this small conservative town where people voted 65% Republican and hold tight to who they know. My first virtual event, nobody showed up. They didn't even have to leave the house. The second one I did, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do mimosas and makeup. And I went to my Mary Kay office here, right? It was laid, nice, pretty. I mean, everything they could have ever wanted. They was gonna have mimosas and makeup. I got there early. I took all of my stuff. I laid it all out. See, I had promoted. Because see, I know what promotion is like. I was in the music industry. So I put it everywhere that I knew. People who lived in this city, in this town, in this area would look for events. And you know what? No one showed up. But you know what I did? I took that moment. I took pictures. I took pictures of my setup. I took pictures of the room. And so I had them. I took that as a dry run for my next event because I knew exactly how long it took me to set up. I knew what I needed to bring. I know what I didn't need to bring. Oh, I was on point because I was going to be ready for the next time. So the next time came, I did the same thing. I sent out the marketing. I posted in all the little groups for Lebanon. I put it on Nextdoor. I saw that over 2.5 thousand people saw my post. Oh, I was ready. I knew this one was going to be popping. I had one person that showed up. My next door neighbor. But you know what? I was saying, okay, I got more work to do. That's when I realized I had to stop chasing their model and build my own. I started building authentic relationships on Nextdoor. I shared my journey, my heart, and my truth. I let people see Bonita, not the stereotype. I made space for connections, not just conversation and conversion. And while most are still open, most of them still aren't open to booking parties. They do come to my vendor booth at festivals. They will send me text messages and order stuff. So I'm getting there. I'm not throwing big parties. They not opening their house and inviting all their friends and families. But that's today. I'm just going to keep showing up. And I'm just going to keep being unapologetically me. The real me. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that about a year or two, we're going to be having those parties here. But it's called not giving up, being persistent, and still showing up. I also started branching out to the black communities that were closer to Cincinnati. Where I felt seen, where the energy was familiar and the culture was aligned. first time I went to a vendor event, it was in Avondale. I had never seen that many black people since I had moved to Ohio. My next event, I went to Barnhill Day. The DJ was bumping, the music was on point, and I was with all my people. When I tell you I worked that whole day, I did facial after facial after facial after facial. And to see my pretty black faces shine, be happy, and excited about getting a free facial, that made my day. So, it just takes a little work. And let me tell you about my client. I took that mentorship, everything that they gave me, and I went for it. I became a red jacket, which is leadership, within my first 3 months. I was building my team. I was going for it. I was working. I got all the way up to recruiting 43 women on my team. Were they all active? But I recruited them, and you can't force somebody to do something. But me, I like to give people opportunity. And if I give you an opportunity, I'm not throwing you out there in the wilderness and telling you to figure it out, because that's not what leadership is. I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to show you what I do. If you don't know how to do what I'm doing, I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm just not going to give up on you. But if you give up on yourself and you're not willing to work, we got a problem. We got a big problem. So, I want to talk to you about these warm markets. I want to tell you the truth about these warm markets. Because, there's a cold market and then there's a warm market. And you might say, Bonita, what the heck is a warm market? See, that warm market is your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie. Those people, the people that you grew up with, you went to high school with, you went to college with, those people, the people that you talk to often, at least maybe once every 3 months, that you grew up with, that you spent the night with, that you ate at the same table with, those people. Sometimes it's even your spouse, your husband or your boyfriend. Those people, that's your warm market. Those are the ones that's probably not going to support you. So I need you to get ready for that. You need a little thick skin, right? Because yes, it hurts. You post the announcement now. You hit a milestone. Crickets. You pour your heart out, and it's like you're invisible. Like if they support you, they're helping you get something that they don't have, and they're not going to help you get rich while they're not. Or they don't want you to come up to the level that they are. So, I'm not coming. I'm not buying anything. I'm not even going to respond to your text message. But here's what I learned. Their silence doesn't disqualify your calling. Their doubt doesn't delay your destiny. They are not your source. God is. Your real support will often come from strangers first. People who don't know your past. People who aren't threatened by your growth. People who don't need to box you into a version of you they're most comfortable with. So yes, girl, keep sharing, keep promoting, keep building, but take the pressure off your inner circle. If they come around, cool. If not, you're still chosen. You're still called, and the right people, those who see you, the value in you, support you, they'll come. But first, you gotta be okay with walking alone. Next, we have passive aggressive shade. Bonita, what is that? Let's talk about this subtle shade. The ones who smile in your face but lace their words with venom. You know the line. You still doing that little business? Like it's a hobby. Like you're just playing around. Let me give you your clapback with grace and grit. Say, yes, I'm still building my legacy. What about you? See, their discomfort with your discipline ain't your responsibility. When people can't understand your purpose, they'll minimize it so they can manage it. But baby, you were built to be managed. You were built to move mountains. So the next time that shade comes, smile and keep building. Because shade is only proof that you're standing in the light. Grieving who you thought would be there, that's a real thing, guys. Ooh, this one hits. You thought she would be in the front row. You thought he would repost your post. You thought they would at least text, "Girl, I see you, keep going." But instead, you got silence. You got distance. Maybe even jealousy. And it hurts. Not because you need their validation, but because you love them in rooms they wouldn't even enter for you. Let me tell you something. I had to learn the hard way. Some people were never meant to go the full journey with you. They were only grace for a season. And holding on to what can keep you from where you're supposed to belong and who you're supposed to become. Grieve, girl. Cry if you need to, but don't stop. Grief is real. But so is your grind. And purpose waits for no one. So, if you gotta be that one woman show, that one man show, you are the CEO, the assistant, the content creator, the prayer warrior, the tech support, and sometimes even the therapist. ChatGPT is that's kind of scary. It's heavy, I know. You wake up already behind, you lay down with your mind still running, and people don't see that. They see the flyer, the smile, the polished post, but behind the scenes, you're carrying the entire enterprise on your back. Here's the truth. Yes, you're a one woman or one man show today. But don't let that stop you from building your future team. You got things to help you. You got Canva, you got Google, you got System, you got Perplexity, you got Claude, you got NVIDIA. Yeah, you got tools. You got ChatGPT. Even if it's 5 hours a month, automate what drains you. Delegate what delays you. And never forget, you may be one woman or one man, but with God, you are a whole damn army. So, I know I'm not the only one. How many of you get this question? So when you gonna get a real job? Oh, child. This one right here, if I had $1 for every time somebody said, so when you gonna get a real job? I was in corporate America for 31 years. A lot of people hadn't even been living for 31 years. And the other ones found a reason not to work those 31 years. Or some just sat and was an innocent bystander in life for 31 years. So, let me make this clear. A real job pays you. A real job has responsibilities. A real job requires leadership, discipline, and delivery. So, let me reintroduce myself. I created this role. I wear every hat. And I pay for the services that I use. I move purpose like product and strategy like salary. So respectfully, this is my real job. It's just not a cubicle. It's built on calling, not just confidence. It's grounded in legacy, not just labor. They want to box you into their version of safe, but your path ain't supposed to look like theirs. They trade time for money, you multiply time with mission. Big difference. See, it's your dream, not theirs. They will never understand. It's your vision. They watch somebody else's. Next time somebody hits you with that question, smile and say, I already got one. It's just not the kind that needs your approval. So, guys, I just gotta tell you. It's crazy out there. Because we have people that wanna bring you down. Make you disappointed, make you want to give up, and convince you that your dream cannot become reality. And you know why that is? Because misery loves company. And because they never had a dream, they never had a vision, and if they did, they were too damn afraid to go. So please put them on mute. So let me tell you, my life is directed by destiny. My life, it's a play. And God, He's the director, the scriptwriter, and the executive producer of this show called me. I don't have to see the whole plot. I just read my script, trusting the one who wrote it because he knows how it is. He knows the scenes that will break me, the acts that will stretch me, and the finale that will crown me. He's got big plans for me. Bigger than opinions, louder than criticism, wider than the closed door that people try to use to box me in. So when the crowd tries to shout, when the ones in the stands throw shade from the cheap seats, let me remind you, they've got no dreams, no vision, no grind, just commentary. But me, I'm in the game. I got the bruises from belief, sweat from sacrifice, tears from trying, and courage from calling. These are my dreams, my vision, and my legacy. And I won't let someone too scared to suit up tell me how to play. You got this, girl. And fellas, don't get it twisted. I see you too. We all got next. Let's move. This is for the doers, the builders, the ones showing up tired but still chosen, the ones grieving but still grinding, the ones clapping for themselves in the silent rooms. I see you. I am you. And I'm praying for you. Until next time, this is Bonita Payton. And this is Unbreakable, Unapologetic, and Unstoppable. And remember, I don't just survive.